Well, hi everyone. This is Wednesday, and so it's Wednesday Tarot Wisdom Day, and I'm switching it up a little bit today. So, this is going to be a pick a card day for everyone. If you are looking for just a general kind of reading, maybe a little bit of clarification, you want to pick this pile. I'll be reading with the Radiant Wise Smith deck here, my little piece of clear quartz crystal for clarity. So you'll want to pick this pile if you'd want just a general reading for some clarity. And if you're looking for a little bit more grounding, if you're feeling a little bit scattered and you want some grounding, I have a piece of Muggle stone here. This is one of my favorite stones. I'm hoping that that you can see it. The lighting's not real terrific. This I will be reading with my Druidcraft Tarot. And if you are looking to have some healing for your heart, or trying to find some self-compassion, this is a piece of rhodochrosite. And this is the, oh my gosh, Psychic Tarot of the Heart. I always want to call it the Psychic Heart Tarot. It's the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So go ahead and choose whichever pile you are looking for a message about, and I will be right back. Okay, if you picked pile number 1, we're going to be reading with the Radiant Wise Smith deck today. And this is going to be just a quick little reading to get a general kind of grasp on what's happening and what you might be able to do about that. Ooh, what's coming up in your week? That almost was a flyer, but not quite. All right. Let's see what we've got. Well, that didn't spread out very well. Let's try again. Didn't fan very well. Kind of made a mess there. There we go. All right. Here's 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see what we've got here for you. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. We're having some rain here today. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Cups. We're leaving something that's served us well. I think that it's something that's given us some joy, something where we have kind of been in a comfort zone, and yet we know it's time to move on. And that can cause a lot of pain and scariness, or maybe somebody we know, maybe we're sending our kids off to school and we're feeling like we're actually the ones that are leaving, that we're actually having to tread this road, or they could be feeling that way as well. It could be leaving a relationship, a friendship or a relationship or a job, that we just have that bit of sadness that we are having to leave, that we've had to make the decision to leave, but we know that as we climb to higher ground, we're going to be able to see things more clearly, and also like have a better view, and also that we're going on to something, to the next phase, to the next step. Now, this next step is we're either going to meet a person like this on the way, so we're going to meet somebody who is a leader, who is very pragmatic, logical, someone who might be the leader of an organization, or the leader, you know, a politician maybe, but somebody in our life. I mean, it could also be a father figure, somebody who is going to perhaps help guide us along the way. But this person will be caught up in their agenda, I think, caught up in their plan. They're not going to be the warm, fuzzy type. This is a person who is has his emotions in check, someone who, it's my air conditioner, someone who has their emotions in check, someone who is definitely there for you and there to help, but not there for the warm and fuzzies, okay? And the other thing about this is that the color of, you know, this is a very grounded person, the red, the root chakra, very grounded. All right, and then interesting, someone else comes your way. And this is the High Priestess. And it's almost like we go inward to seek our own soul and the answers within ourselves, or we seek, or a different type of counsel comes our way. And so we have this person who is, again, more on the intuitive side than this guy is. Much more intuitive, much more introspective. I'm not going to say that this person is hugely warm and fuzzy either, and there's no reason for that other than that that's just the feeling I get. But this woman, this person, it doesn't need to be a woman, is caught in is all intuition, air in their head, and very much wanting to discover the true meaning or the true feelings about what this is about, and probably bring the more healing aspect to having to move forward and having that feeling of sadness or trepidation about going forward. To quote one of my favorite movies, hope floats, beginnings are scary, endings are often sad. So what's in the middle that counts? So I hope this has helped you, and if you would like to move on and see the rest of the cards, the readings, please do so. And if not, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thanks very much for watching. Well, hi there, pile 2 pickers. How are you today? I am doing well. If you picked this pile, whoops, didn't get that shuffle very well. we are working with the Druidcraft Tarot. This is, I think I've said, my absolute soul deck. I just haven't had another deck that speaks to me the way this one does yet. We almost had a flyer again. Not quite. All right, let's... These cards are jumping all around today. They want to come out. Okay. Alrighty. Wait. Yep, those are the order. Okay. Sorry for the camera moving, folks. It's probably should attach it to a shelf. I mean, to a chair next to the table instead of the table I'm working on. This is a piece of Mugglestone. Mugglestone happens to be one of my favorite stones. It's very, very grounding. And it is actually an amalgamation of 3 stones. It is brown tiger eye, red river jasper, and I believe malachite. But you can look Mugglestone up. I have several pieces of this. And I just really love holding on to this stone. All right, let's look at our first card here. Okay, so for the first card, we've got the Chariot. One of my favorite cards in this deck. I love the power in this card, and the balance, the strength of this card. So we kind of know the story about the Chariot. Here's her crop, which she holds like the magician. She's manifesting, moving forward with strength and power. In her other hand, she has the reins, and she's standing, and these horses are moving. You can see her cape. So it takes an incredible amount of strength and balance sometimes to move forward. And this card speaks to me of moving forward in a, quickly. We're not taking a Sunday stroll here. We're moving. We have made our plans, we have the direction, and we are moving forward with a sense of purpose here. And we have a repeat card. We have the 8 of Cups again. So a lot of us are moving from something that has brought us happiness, that has brought us perhaps comfort or love, or has really served a purpose which has been there has been good in this situation, but it's time to move on. It's time to what is coming to me in my head is leave home. So, again, whether this is we're starting a new school year and ending the summer, and that's kind of melancholy for us, or whether it's we're changing home situation. It's something it's not been an easy decision. But it seems like once that decision was made, we're ready to go, and we're going. Or there is power behind. There's power behind propelling you forward, and wherever you're going, there may be this piece of you that you feel like you're leaving behind, or a piece of you that doesn't want to go. But I really believe that when you climb, when you leave and you get farther away, we gain perspective in those situations, and so we can see what the good was, and we can see the things that needed to change, perhaps, or why things needed to change. I know that for me, I'll tell this tale very quickly because it happened at about this time of year. And how do I know that? Well, of course I remember, but it came up in my Facebook memories. So my husband and I lived in Lancaster. We had a home there. We raised our children there. And we lived in the same house for about 15 years. All of a sudden, he got a job promotion and a transfer. And we now live 3 hours away. And it was melancholy to leave that area for me. But now that I'm here, where I am now, we've been here for 6 years now. It seems like I've always been here. And some really, really good things happened to us while we've been here. Our family really came together. We got stronger as a family. We definitely became a lot more financially stable. My relationship with Mr. Honey got a lot better. And so, yeah, there was lots of good things that came about moving in this direction that I just couldn't see when the situation was happening. So that's kind of what this card talks about. And then your last card. So you have two major arcana cards. So lots of things happening very quickly. And this is, oh God, the magician of all magicians for me. This is an out and out power card. So you've got power and stability and strength here. And man, do you have it here too. So what this card tells me is that if you can come through this time of the turning away and maybe being a little bit scared or a little bit uncertain about where you're going or what the future brings, manifest, because what you are manifesting will come to fruition, and the magician is here to see you through that. So wow, really powerful reading for you guys today. So if you'd like to continue on and watch the next card readings, please do. And if not, then I wish you a wonderful week. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Okay, last but not least are my heart people. People that are maybe looking for a reading about matters of the heart, whether that is self-love or love or some self-compassion. This reading is for you, and this is, and I'm pretty sure this is rhodochrosite. It's whichever one is. It's either rhodonite or rhodochrosite. I think rhodochrosite is the more or is the less common, and it always has like the darker stone in it, and I can't remember what that is. So please let me know in the comments, because I know there are so many of you who know your crystals. But I have to tell you, I got this stone for myself at a time when I was really needing to forgive myself, and that I really needed some self-compassion in order to be able to move on and to forgive myself. And I carried this stone with me. I slept with it And you know, everybody's got their own beliefs about what's involved here, right? But this was a stone of the heart for me, and has always been. And when I hold it, I just get this warm kind of liquidy feeling that sort of envelops me, and it just yeah, it's a feel good stone for me. So there you go. All right, so we're going to be reading for you today from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. This is not a tarot that I use very often. I'm not sure that I've ever used it for a Wednesday Tarot Wisdom video. So bear with, and let's see what comes up for you. I love the backs of these cards, and I love the gilding. I'm a sucker for gilding, I really am. I have not yet modified a deck, but when I do start modifying, they'll probably all be edged in either silver or gold, because I'm a sucker for gilding. But don't you just hate it when you have a deck that's gilding, you take it out of the box, and you have to like pry them apart? I don't like that so much. All right, let's get some cards going here for you. Okay. Oops. Let's see. I feel like I'm shaking the camera all the time. I'm going to try to remember to put my camera on a chair from now on. Ooh. If this is that card, it's not. It's okay. Okay, so I'm going to read right from, these cards have keywords. So we've got what looks to me this looks to me to be the Fool. I think that's a 0, and the card says trust. Love this illustration, because again, this is kind of a card of movement, although it looks like she's kind of in maybe a dreamlike state. Trust your dreams. Trust the universe. Trust what the universe has in store for you. And sometimes that's really hard to do because we feel like we're in free fall. And that's a scary place, you know. So if we can kind of bring ourselves into present and recognize that even though we are in free fall and we don't know what's there, the universe has us, and we will land and it will be okay. Now, this card speaks to me again of, this is sadness and isolation. Sometimes when we get into a place of not knowing what to do next, or sadness, that feeling of free fall, and trust is what we need to do. Trust that whatever it is that is hurting our heart, you know, one thing I know I can say, but I think many of us know, is that nothing lasts forever. No feeling lasts forever. So when we're in this feeling of sadness and isolation, something has really, really hurt us. What the universe is asking of us is to trust. To trust, and to me too, to move forward. This is a forward moving card. It's a card of letting go. It's a card of closing our eyes and knowing that we can move through and that things will be okay. Just keep going. And then the last card is really interesting to me because it says teach. Many times when we come through a sadness of the heart, a relationship that's ended, something, that has just really torn us up heart-wise. Once we can move through in that trust, we can learn. And then what we do to bring ourselves through is to help somebody else, is to reach, there's a quote somewhere, I'm going to mess it up, but it's like, when you get to that place, always reach behind you for the person behind you that's still struggling, help them. And so that is something that we can look at, that once we come through our trial, and this reading definitely speaks to some sadness and some trial, some suffering. But once we can look forward, once we can move forward, trust that things will be okay, and learn, then we can reach behind, we can help somebody else, we can teach. So I hope this reading has been helpful for you. I hope it soothes your heart a little bit. I hope you've enjoyed this Wednesday Tarot Wisdom. It was a little different. And I'm wishing you a wonderful week. And I'll see you again next week. So take care, everyone. Be kind. Bye-bye.